same thing again. Try and size them as close to the same size as possible. And spin them in. Then your next one. Do the same thing. I'm going to turn around so you can see this better from my point of view. The next one. Now you're getting close enough that you're going to want this one and this one. If you've got a length difference between here and here, which you sometimes can, you can now adjust it with this balloon and this balloon by making this one a little longer than this or a little shorter than that. Twist it in, and then your last balloon. It looks scary, like it's going to pop on you all over the place, and they do sometimes. Actually, to tell you the truth, I'm thoroughly amazed that this one hasn't gone off already. You can also do this hat in a variety of colors and make it like a fireworks hat. It's nice if you have 3 and 3 and 1. If you can have 3 higher, 3 lower, and 1 at the top. Now, a lot of clowns and balloon artists think that you ought to not put a balloon in your mouth. I'm starting to shy away from it unless I see a child put a balloon in their mouth, and then I'll educate them not to. But what you can do to put this out to the end is twist off a spot in your balloon so that you trap the chamber here. Pull the end of your balloon between your finger and thumbnail several times, trapping this air here, trapping the nozzle, push, and it will cause a bubble to form, like a droplet of water on the end of a splash of water, like a fountain. Continue on throughout all the rest of your bubbles. I call this one Fountainhead or Waterworks. Maybe you've got another name you'd like for it, but there you have it. Ready to go. This one's called the Finster.
Hold on, John. That hat's showing. You do that hat off the screen.
Which one?
The hat over by your knee.
Oh, man. Oh, shoot. I didn't want y'all to see that one. That wasn't for this tape. That's one I just kind of dreamed up on a moment's notice. Forget about that one. That's for another tape. Right now, let's do the Finster. To do the Finster, you'll need 1 grade 260 filled all but 1 finger, 2 grade 260s filled almost end to end, and then tied end to end. A white 260, 130, with about 6 to 7 fingers uninflated, 1 white, 1 filled. Most of the way full, there is a tiny bit of uninflated on the end, but just a small bit. That's to leave room for expansion as you start to do the tail. You start out by doing your basic helmet hat that you would put on any kid. Stay put. Your basic helmet hat that goes on any child. Once you've done that, then you'll take your 2 that are tied together, put 1 in to 1 bubble on the helmet hat. Roll the bubble through so that you lock it in. Go to the other end. Do it again. Roll the bubble through. so that you now have the wing portions of the critter. Now you'll come to the front and make a small twist on the top bubble, which is actually the front, or the top of the helmet at the front. Taking your partially inflated 160, you'll twist off a bubble, about a 1-finger bubble, do about a 4-finger fold over, maybe a little bit more, just a light spread, 4-finger bubble, twist that. Then you'll about 3.5 to 4 fingers. Make it 4 fingers. Once you've done that, you'll take the white, encircle that gray bubble you made, and after you encircle it, twist off so that you'll have one flipper at the front. Now you'll make, in the white bubble, 2 1-finger ear twists. Well, it doesn't hurt if one's a little bit larger than the other, but you're going to need both of them to give this part stability. Once you've done that, you will now match this bubble here. Let me do it this way. Can you still get me? Okay. Once you've matched those 2 bubbles, you now want to match this bubble. There we go. And then again, another small bubble to match this bubble. Now you'll want to do the pop release technique, getting rid of the end and tying off. At this point, you can squeeze this to a point and then bend it a little bit like you would a bird's beak from a previous video. That gives you the plankton catchers that these guys are known for. Now you'll take and twist another small bubble at the back of the upper portion of the helmet hat, taking your white 160, sorry, you'll wrap that around it. But before you do, you'll measure out about 2/3, 1/3 of the way. And once you put that around there, you spin it. And when you get to the end, you spin it off. Now you'll make another bubble the same size as the nozzle end, and you'll ear twist both of these bubbles. Once you've ear twisted them both, twist them together, and then put one on one side and one on the other side of the tail that you've just made. You might even want this to turn up just a little bit, like so. Now you've got the basic portions right. Now all you have to do is get the fluid nature of the wings. Now to try and catch the fluid nature of the wings. This is going to be fun. The idea being that this is actually the second one I've ever made, ever. I just thought that, I'd try and catch it as good as I could. I'm going to give it a bend and squeeze here to help bring the head portion in with the plankton catchers. I'm going to do that on each side, giving it to help bring the head closer together. Now I'm going to take the wing and I'm going to try and make it a little bit shorter on this side than I am on this side, but I'm going to squeeze and then roll it a little, giving it a fluid look, like it's flowing. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. A little adjusting. How'd I do, camera lady? Is that good? She likes it. Y'all like it? I like it. Straighten up the tail a little. And what do you think? Don't get stung. I know I told y'all that I wouldn't teach you this one. This would be for a later tape. Guess what? It is. Instead, I'd like to show you an innovation that I came up with from that one, that being Amy's idea. Thanks, Amy. Make a ring of basically like a pentagram, or pentagon, 5-sided with ear twists, so that it will just fit the head that you're wanting to put it on. Taking 2 of the hearts that you fill, you want to fill them rather loosely with the nozzle and very empty, so that when you twist off, catch that end in the palm of your hand, so that when you twist off a small bubble on the lobe of the heart, you don't let the air go in there yet. You'll want that area in a moment. Catching that bubble, hold it between your little finger and your middle finger, or ring finger of one hand. Go to the next one, do the same thing, trapping a small bubble. Take those 2 bubbles and twist them together. Once you've twisted them together, take them around to the other side and twist them around once more, effectively locking the balloons down so that they can't get away. Go to the next balloon, heart, do the same thing. Hang on to it while you go to the next heart, do the same thing. Twisting those 2 together, folding them around and twisting them around again. Now you can take the last one, do the same thing, catch a small bubble, only with this one you can now twist it in to 2 of the other ones and run it between the 2 little bubbles, effectively trapping it. Now you can take the other 2 and lock it in with the 3. This will be a trick. I've never done this before. Actually, just fold them down and run them around each other a time or 2. And then you'll want all the lobes facing up, all the nozzles facing down. Hey, it's fighting with me. Tell you what, let's go ahead and attach them now. Squeeze the air into the chamber of the heart that's uninflated. Taking the nozzle of one heart, wrap it around one of the ear twists, and squeeze the ear out again, the next balloon, and twist it into the nozzle. I love that modern technology. I got you after all. After you've wrapped the nozzle of each heart into the yellow balloon, you'll take a 260 of the color, and you wouldn't really want to put it blue with blue, I don't believe, but like blue with orange, an opposing color. Say like